Hello everybody and welcome to this week's Smash UK News Roundup brought to you by Second Wind. I'm your host Fagin, and today we're going to be going through the events that have happened this week. Now for monthly results. It was a battle of wills at Invasion with many of UK, Ireland and beyond's finest. There were great performances from players such as 107 coming in at 13th, the return of Jackster coming in at 9th, and the lad SBF coming in at 4th place. But however, one thing is always eternal, and that is Bloom Forever placing first at Invasion. This week's events. The big one is back. The Lincoln team will be bringing back their token series this Saturday, with names such as Zaphiel, Wills, Nia and Pumpkin, as well as many more coming down. It's looking to be one of the finest tournaments in the Midlands. Next up are a whole host of tournaments taking place in the future. All the sign-up links will be down below in the description. Just be sure to wear your mask and stay safe. In Wales, Backstage 2 sign-ups are now open, featuring some of the South and Wales' finest players such as Henry Kay, Samridge, Cloaked, and many, many more, with the event commencing on the 7th of May. See how the magic is made when you go backstage. Liverpool Smash 6 sign-ups are now open. Team Heavy Salad presents the 6th tournament in the Liverpool series, with the likes of Nutlord, Woodpug, BMW, and many more signed up. It wouldn't be wise to miss the big Mersey Scuffle on May 8th. Get ready for Knockout 8 on the 14th of May. This takes place at Teesside University with some of the finest players from around the country such as Pelly, GP, SBF Zone, Crispy, and many, many more players coming down. Smash Up Bristol returns under a new name, SideQuest, on the 14th of May. Sign-ups are now open. You can fight with the best of the best in Scotland in heavyweight in the Geek Retreat in Glasgow on the 15th of May. Fight, win, and claim the belt for the Championship Saga. In Edinburgh, Scotland will be going to the Wyvern's Lair with the finest names such as Mazebeans, Georges, Kerbo, and Ander representing Scotland, and we even have some of the finest players representing England such as Trilby, Lito, Mateus, and Minimo coming up to challenge for the North on May 21st. Preston returns for another coronation on May 21st. Can Curry Governor keep his crown, or will somebody be able to slay the king and take the crown for themselves? The Portsmouth Premier Event Reunion still has its sign-ups open, hosted at the Fratton Park Stadium with a 192-man bracket with doubles and squad strike and much more being announced along the way. It will be a real shame to miss out on this one. June 11th brings us Manchester's premier event with Manchester Conquest 8 happening with some of the best of the North and beyond. Sign-ups are open now. I'll avoid too much bias in this next event, however, Frag Smash returns with their old flagship series Right of the Rose 4, taking place on the 18th of June at the Exhibition Centre in York with a 96-man cap, streamed with commentary, and lastly sponsored by my very own Polygon Esports with an extra £100 into the prize pot, bringing it to a maximum of £580. It would truly be a shame to miss out on the return of such a great event. This summer, on the 2nd and 3rd of July, the Odyssey will be taking place just over the pond in Dublin, hosting brackets for Ultimate, Melee, Smash 4, and Project Plus. Be sure to book your tickets now for the ultimate Smash experience. Last but certainly not least, on the 23rd and 24th of July, the UK's only Super Major returns with Regen 2022, a 512-man cap and a prize pot of over £5,000, with tons of side events and much more going on. Registration goes live on the 27th of May, so make sure to be there to get signed up. Alright, and now for the long part, weekly results time. One sec, here we go, Monster here. Alright, starting off with London, at that Monday Meltdown, Emas returns and wins Meltdown yet again. In Stratty, Darkstalker returns to take Stratford, claiming his throne once again, and it's a double whammy for Darkstalker at Lab with another win under his belt. In the southeast, at Cargo, MFH takes the top spot this week, beating out Tante. At Tech Chase, Dracadenti wins this week at Jablock number 3. And at Mayhem, Captain Toodle dances their way into first place, winning against Moose. In the southwest, at the Nexus Fight Club, Jazo gets the big win against Boat this week, and over at LFG, Cloaked wins another one, beating Jinx. Next up, over in the east of England, Bloom Forever takes Tea Time over Emas. The Battle of the Ages happens at ESC as Carnage is victorious over DJ and Gary, and over at the Sixth Sense, Contact keeps it up with Wolf, winning against Imson. Heading over to the Midlands, Donk wins another max cancel, taking it over Menace 75. At Smash at O'Neill's, PTR gets her victory over Flynn. Heading down to Breakout, Skulls wins the post-invasion Breakout over players such as Robbie AK-47, Dodgers, Gaia, and Wills. And at Lincoln Clash, Menace is back on top, winning this week over Nia. It's a different rehearsal this week in Wales. With the usual big hitters away, Mr. Sneaky sneaks up and grabs the win for themselves. Now over to the best region, if I dare say so myself, at Leeds Legacy. Hunio takes the win against Lagoat, and doubling down this week, Hunio also gets her victory at Melting Point in Sheffield. Heading over to the northwest at Smash Quarter, SVF is back on top, taking it over Spider and B-Little. Heading over to the Falls Guild, Joy Kong is king of the jungle, with Woodpug in second place and BMW in third place, with none other than Iron Man and Robbie AK-47. And finally, looking at Mersey Mayhem, Woodpug is of course king of this week's Mersey Mayhem. And up in the northeast, Minimo's Wolf manages to take the win over Trilby's Fox and DK over at Newcastlevania. Up in Scotland, at the Geeky Weekly, Connie is crowned the Geek of the Week, and at CC, Nathan Bonecrusher crushes the dreams of Lids, getting first place at Smash at CC. Last but not least, looking at Ireland, at There's Always Bigger Fish, Colm is the big fish, using the big penguin to take the big W. At the Rebellion Weekly, Rapids Kazia makes an appearance and wins against Zombie, and at the Black Sheep Bar, Hackle Serpent wins again, this time taking the win over 107. And this has been all for your weekly roundup this week. If you'd like your event added to the report, you can contact Super or at Second Wind and they'll be able to add your event to the roundup. Also, if you can, please support the weekly roundup on Ko-Fi at ko-fi.com/secondwind, and if you support them, your name will get read out at the end of the roundup. Anyway, I've been your host for this week, Fagin. If you'd like to check me out, my Twitter is @Fagin54. Thank you to Super for having me, and here's to another good week.